Hello, students. Today we are going to learn part 2 of international business. In this session, we are going to study about modes of entry into international business, that which are the ways through which any country or any firm can enter into international business. These are the list of modes, that is either through exporting or importing, or through contract manufacturing, or through licensing and franchising, joint ventures, and wholly owned subsidiaries. Now let's learn one by one. Let's first talk about export and import, which is another mode of entry into international business. Export refers to sending of goods and services for sales from home country to foreign country. And importing means purchasing of goods and services from foreign country for domestic use. Now, when we talk about the advantages exporting and importing compared with other mode, it is less complex. The investment which is required is very less and there is lesser risk. But when we talk about the disadvantages, additional cost of packaging, transportation, insurance, custom duties are very much high. And there are also certain import restrictions for various products in different countries. So the actual pulse in the market cannot be analyzed if there is less direct contact with the foreign market. The second one is contract manufacturing, which is another entry into international business. A company enters into a contract with a local manufacturer in a foreign country. The contract is for getting certain components or goods produced as per specification given, and it is also called as outsourcing. There may be different forms of contract, like production of certain components only. Like, let's say, for example, if I'm manufacturing XYZ product and I require 10 components, then one component I'm giving a contract to ABC person. So, this way, I can give the production of certain components only. Second is assembly of components into final products. And thirdly, I can give the complete manufacturing contract of products to the other person or the other country. So these are the various forms. Now, when we talk about the advantages of contract manufacturing, goods can be produced on large scale without any investment, because over here you're giving the contract either on those any of those three bases, and less investment risk is existing in this kind of business. Over here, getting the products with lower material and labor cost, and there is utilization of ideal capacity of the manufacturer. So the producer may get export incentives from the government. Like, let's say, for example, if any particular company or exporter or importer is doing extremely well, then they may also get certain subsidies or benefits or incentives from the government. Now, talking about the disadvantages or limitations of contract manufacturing. Local manufacturer in a foreign country may not be able to compete with international standard. So there is a problem of quality or maintaining the quality and meeting the standards with the other country. There is no freedom in the production process because the producer has to follow specifications given to him strictly, and there is no freedom to sell. So, according to the terms of contract, they cannot freely sell in the open market. The third thing is licensing and franchising, which is another mode of entry into international business. Licensing is a contractual agreement in which one firm permits the another firm in a foreign country to access its trademark, patent, or technology for a fee which is called royalty. Now, it is under the licensing system that Pepsi and Cola are produced and sold all over the world by local bottlers in foreign countries. So, the form which gives permission is called licensor, and to whom it is given is called licensee. Franchising is again similar to licensing, but it is concerned with services. Like example, we have McDonald's, KFC, Domino's, etc. These kind of uh, firm, they operate fast food restaurants all over the world through its franchising system. The parent company is called franchisor, and the party to whom franchisee is granted is called franchisee. Now, talking about the advantages of licensing and franchising, it is very much less expensive mode for licensor, as the licensee makes all the investment in his country, and there is limited risk because the licensor or franchisor has only limited risk, as he is not making any investment into the firm in the different country. There is less government intervention because since the license is a local person in his country, licensee is the local person in his country, so there is only less government intervention. And since the licensee or franchisee is a local person, he might have greater knowledge about the local market, about the taste and preference of the people. Because of strict laws in the foreign countries, only the licensee can use a trademark or patent. So there is protection of trademark. But there are certain disadvantages of licensing and franchising. The first disadvantage or limitation is identical or duplicate product. We can see it in the picture that how manipulation is being done. So license when get experienced can make an identical product with a slight different brand name. Secondly, there is loss of secrecy. There are chances of trade secrets being lost in the foreign market. And there might be conflict between the licensor and licensee or franchisor and franchisee regarding the payment of royalty, maintenance of accounts, difference in quality, etc. So this was all about licensing and franchising. The fourth mode of entry into international business is joint ventures. So you can also enter into international firm through joint venture. Now, joint venture is a firm which is jointly owned by two or more firms. Example, Sony Ericsson. Sony Ericsson is a joint corporate venture which was established in the year 2001 by Japanese consumer electronics giant Sony Corporation and Swedish mobile communication company called Ericsson. Now, it comes into existence in three ways: foreign investor buying an interest in local firm, secondly, local firm acquiring an interest in an existing foreign firm, or both the foreign and local entrepreneurs jointly establishing a new firm. Now, talking about advantages, in case of joint venture, the first advantage, there is less financial burden because investment is made by both the parties. And usually, joint ventures are running on a large scale. Over here, foreign partner is also benefited because of local partners' knowledge about the local competition, culture, language, business policy, etc. Entering into the foreign market is very costly and risky, and it can be shared among the joint venture partners. So, there is cost and risk sharing in case of joint venture, which is very much beneficial to both the parties. Now, talking about the disadvantages, the first disadvantage of joint venture is lack of loss of secrecy or lack of secrecy. Now, business secrecy cannot be maintained as it is shared with joint venture company, and there are chances of conflicts or differences in opinion among the partners. The fifth mode of entry into international business is wholly owned subsidiaries. Now, in this system, the holding company or the parent company acquires 100% share in the subsidiary company. And it can be established in the foreign market in two ways. First, setting up a new firm in a foreign country, or acquiring an existing firm in a foreign country. So, in this case, they have fuller control over the operation and trade secrets will not be lost. But the disadvantages are it is not suitable for small and medium sized businesses because it requires huge investment into the business and there is no sharing of loss. When there is no sharing of profit, obviously there is no sharing of loss. And it is not allowed by some countries because many countries would not want to take 100% takeover in the local country or the home country so that they do not dominate the market and create a competition for the local manufacturers. Thank you.